Right now, as you watch this, your brain is doing something you have absolutely no control over. It is sorting through everything that happened to you today, every conversation, every worry, every moment you barely noticed, and it is deciding what to keep and what to throw away forever. You will never know what it chose to delete. And here is the part that most people never find out. The quality of that process does not depend on how long you sleep. It depends on something specific that happens inside your brain in a window of time most people never even think about. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how your brain transfers memories while you sleep, and why the way you have been sleeping might be erasing things you actually wanted to keep. Think about the last time you learned something that felt important. Maybe it was something someone told you, a name, a number, something you wanted to remember. And then the next morning, it was just gone. You knew you had it. You could almost feel the shape of it in your mind. But when you reached for it, there was nothing there. Most of us blame ourselves for this. We tell ourselves our memory is getting worse, that we are not paying enough attention, that something must be wrong. But nothing is wrong with you. What happened to that memory is not a failure of your mind. It is actually a very precise neurological process, one that happens every single night without your permission. And once you understand how it works, you will never think about sleep or memory the same way again. Imagine your brain as a vast library, and all day long as you live your life, an assistant is running through the aisles, grabbing books off shelves, stacking them in a pile by the door. Every experience, every face, every piece of information you encountered today, it all ends up in that pile. Now imagine the library closes at night, the doors lock, the lights go out, and that is when the real work begins. During the day, your brain stores new information in a structure called the hippocampus. Think of it as your brain's temporary holding space, a short-term storage room that keeps things available while you need them. But the hippocampus has a problem. It is small, it fills up quickly, and if memories stayed there permanently, it would overflow, and your ability to form new ones would collapse completely. So every night, while you are asleep, something extraordinary happens. Your brain begins a process called memory consolidation. The hippocampus starts replaying the day's events, not randomly, but in a very specific order, prioritizing the things that triggered an emotional response, the things that were repeated, and the things that are connected to something you already know. And here is where it gets really interesting. This replay does not happen just once. It happens in coordination with another part of your brain, the neocortex. The neocortex is your brain's long-term storage system. It is where permanent memories live. And the hippocampus is essentially transferring files from the temporary drive to the permanent one. But, and this is the part that changes everything, this transfer only happens during specific stages of sleep. Scientists have identified that memory consolidation is most active during two windows: slow wave sleep, which is your deepest sleep, and REM sleep, which is when you dream. During slow wave sleep, your brain consolidates facts and information, the kind of memories connected to knowledge and events. During REM sleep, your brain consolidates emotional memories and procedural skills, the things connected to how you feel and how you do things. Now here is what nobody tells you about this process. It does not happen all at once, and it does not happen equally throughout the night. Memory consolidation is heavily weighted toward the last 2 hours of your sleep. The final 90 minutes of a full night's rest contain the highest concentration of REM sleep your brain produces all night. Which means, if you are waking up an hour or two early, if life or stress or noise or an alarm is cutting into those final hours, your brain is not completing the transfer. Those memories are not being written into long-term storage. They are sitting in the hippocampus, fragile and temporary, until the library opens again the next day and they get swept off the pile. This is why you forget things you were sure you would remember. This is why studying before an interrupted night of sleep does not work the way it should. This is why some of your most important memories from difficult periods of your life feel blurry or incomplete. Because during those periods, your sleep was probably the first thing to suffer. Your brain was doing its best with incomplete instructions. And now you know exactly why. So what can you actually do with this information? Here are 3 things you can start applying tonight. Tip 1. Protect your last 90 minutes. The single most important thing you can do for memory consolidation is protect the final 90 minutes of your sleep. This means setting your alarm for a time that allows a full night, not a partial one. Most adults need between 7 and 9 hours. If you are consistently waking before that window closes, your brain is leaving the job unfinished. Start by moving your wake time 30 minutes later for 1 week, and notice the difference in how clearly you can recall things the following day. Tip 2. Review before sleep, not after. If you want your brain to prioritize a memory during consolidation, give it a reason to. Reviewing information, a decision you need to make, something important you learned, a conversation that mattered, in the 30 minutes before you sleep, significantly increases the chance that your brain will flag it for transfer. This is not the same as scrolling through your phone. Intentional, quiet review. A few minutes of reflection before you close your eyes is enough. Tip 3. Reduce cortisol before bed. Stress is one of the most powerful disruptors of memory consolidation. When cortisol, your stress hormone, is elevated at the time you fall asleep, it actively interferes with the hippocampus to neocortex transfer process. A simple wind-down routine in the hour before sleep, one that signals to your nervous system that the day is done, can make a measurable difference in how effectively your brain processes and stores what you experienced. If you want a structured version of this, I have put together something called the Sleep Reset Kit. It includes a full 7-night reset plan built around exactly the kind of science we have talked about tonight. The link is in the description below. Your body is not broken. Your memory is not failing you. Your brain has been doing something extraordinary every single night, trying to preserve the things that matter, trying to make sense of your days, trying to prepare you for tomorrow. It just needs the right conditions to finish the job. If this video helped you understand something about yourself that you did not understand before, save it. You will want to come back to this one. And subscribe so that next week's video finds you. Sleep better tonight. I will see you next Sunday.